Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various Black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G. Today we got Keith.
Hey, what's up?
And that's about it today, because today we are doing a two-man podcast, which is funny because this is something that we planned to do about 10 years ago. I guess you could say that was the beginning of Fit the Description. And, well, you know, we're going to do it now. So anyways, with that being said, make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description Clips, over there on YouTube, where you get clips of the podcast. Also, you could check us out on various different podcast platforms. And once again, like I said before, we actually, if you haven't heard the last two podcasts, I'll say it one more time on here, that we actually did leave the Wisdom app, because I guess you got to be a top creator to post on there now. We still got our stuff on there, but I basically left. So there's no more of us on Wisdom. And outside of that, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So it was like, I guess we could get on the Damian Lillard situation and really kind of deep dive into that, because I'm a little kind of like half and half with Damian Lillard. So like, I don't kind of know how to feel. Like I said, Damian Lillard asked for a trade a little too late. Like I said, if this was like 2 or 3 years ago, I would have loved for him to be traded on the Lakers, because I think he would have fit right. He would have fit right in there with them. But I think now they're a little too old, so I understand why he doesn't want to go to the Lakers. But am I mad for him getting that money? From my understanding, with the new CBA, because I guess with the new CBA, they kind of made it tighter, so it's harder for you as a max player to stay on a team, because they're trying to stop super teams. I can't remember exactly. I heard about it, but I can't remember exactly what happened. I'll have to look it up later. But basically, the new CBA made it harder for people to basically get super teams now. So I'm not really mad at Damian Lillard going for the bag. This is why I respect Giannis, because Giannis said this year, and his contract is up in 2 years. He said if the Bucks is not committed to bring more people in and go win a championship, he will leave. I love that Giannis said that 2 years ago. Once you're in your second Supermax contract, you're kind of stuck in a hole where you can't, like, you don't really have the right to just leave. I mean, and again, I do believe that, yes, the Blazers should trade Damian Lillard, because if you're not going to help him get a championship and you're not going to bring him any more people, especially because you picked up you basically picked up another point guard, you know, which I actually saw him. And that dude's actually pretty good. I actually think that dude's going to be good in the future.
Oh, you know, a rookie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw some of his highlight reels. That dude's solid. I like him. I don't know how he's going to be, but I like him. I think he's going to be real good. You know, we'll see. But the fact that, because for what they said, Damian Lillard thought they were going to pick him up and trade him away, and they said they're not going to do that. So I do think that they should trade Damian Lillard. The problem is, though, is that Damian Lillard said, I will only go to the Heat. And I'm like, that's not really fair, especially because I think Heat will have to give up too much to get you on the first place. And two, I don't think the Heat has enough to get Damian Lillard. Like, I just don't. As much as I would like to see Damian Lillard on the Heat, I'm kind of afraid of what they'll have to give up to get him.
I mean, honestly, all the Heat needed was another big man. All we needed was a 7-footer, because if anything got exposed last year is that we didn't have enough height out there. Like, Ham, he was only 6'8", so it's not like he's a big center or nothing like that. But it's like we needed a 7-footer, and we watched every 7-footer in the draft go away because, you know, because Pat Riley thought that, okay, well, we're going to get Dame if we make some trades, and then you're like, Tyler Herro needs to go or whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, bro, like, it was just everything was just so open, and I'm just like that kind of is.
Yeah, okay.
So
What's
it's
going
like
on with
I
Tyler Herro? Because I've been hearing a lot about like they need a trade him. What's going on with that?
it's just it ego.
Okay.
Ego, I would say, more than anything. I gotta change that back to funnel. That's terrible. But I would say ego and just the lack of persistency. Like I said, he's a good player, but he's not enough to take your team to obviously a championship. So it's like, yeah, I mean, he was good in the bubble, like no bullshit, but that was the bubble. That's not now.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but it's like we're not traded, but we lost like 4 players that were keys for us when Tyler Herro wasn't. So it's like I said before, it's like we lost these guys, 4 shooters, like 4 good players. And now we have no leverage whatsoever. So, I mean, like I said before,
who do you think the Heat will have to give up to get Damian Lillard? If you had to say on top of your head,
I mean, it's gonna have to be a 3-way trade, or like a 3-way trade, or a 4-way trade. Yeah, like I mean, I can't say exactly what I thought now because I literally had two different ways that they could do it, but I've forgot them now. But I mean, it could be done, but 4 teams have to be on board, and that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, that's
especially now. Especially now with the season so close to starting, it's like, how are you going to get 4 teams on board with, trying to trade for just all because they want one guy to be a powerhouse, or I'm sorry, one team to be a powerhouse. It's like you can't expect, like, people are going to know, okay, the Heat have made it to the finals or to the conference finals 3 years back to back. It's like, why would we give the Heat what they want so they can automatically win a final? Like, no, like teams aren't going to do that.
Not unless you're the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, like I said before, it's going to be rough for the Heat this next season, which is fine. I mean, we had a good run. We made some bad calls. So, it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm not tripping over it. I want to see LeBron James hit a ring anyway. So, I mean, personally, because they don't have 5, and then, like I said, if he can win another one, then magically, because if anybody can get 5 or 6, I can for sure say it'll be LBJ. I mean,
it depends on his team and who they surround him with, though. That's what's really
Exactly. I feel like this team that they have right now have a better chance at doing it in the West. Like, yeah, the Nuggets are going to be a problem still, but I feel like the Nuggets are going to be like the Bucks.
But the other thing, before you go forward, the one thing I want to say is the one thing about LeBron James, though, I wonder if his son's situation is going to affect him mentally. That's the thing I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, no, his son with the whole heart issues.
Yeah, that might affect him. That's the one thing that's like.
I mean, I can say it's not. I mean, I wouldn't imagine that it's fun to deal with, but I'm never going to sit here and say that. But I feel like that's why, with them having all these pieces, I mean, it should help. It should help.
Yeah, I agree.
It should help.
I do like the pickup that they just did. Very great pickup. I
mean, I feel like, yeah, his head isn't going to be 100% in the game. That's a given.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's good to have it happen now, and they caught it, and his son is doing 100% better. He's back practicing, so it's good that it happened in the off season and not halfway through. Yeah, exactly. So it's like you have time to prepare for whatever, and because I watched him and his youngest son actually, or sorry, not him and his youngest son, but his younger son and his older son playing that game against Carmelo's son and Carlos Boozer's son, and like they're good, like they're pretty damn good. So.
Oh no! For what they're saying, at least from what I read, they're saying LeBron James' youngest son. Everybody saying he's going to be the beast. They said his first.
Yeah, no,
his
100%.
Yeah, that's why I keep hearing they say when he comes, he's going to be problems.
He had a growth spur and everything, so he's like 6'8" now. It's crazy.
Oh, is he 6'8"? I thought he was 6'7" last time I heard.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I know he's taller. I know that because he's even taller than his older brother, and I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, because I think it's his older brother is like 6'5" or 6'3".
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So, but that one he's gonna be scary. Whew, so that's gonna be crazy. But I'll put it like this: to me, Lakers still need one more piece. I don't know if they're gonna get it done. I mean, I didn't need one more piece before they get it done. I do like the young pieces that they have. I hope they know how to get rid of them. I would love for them to get James Harden. I just hope they know how to trade away too many pieces for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think they need one more piece because as great as oh my god, Anthony Davis, as great as Anthony Davis is, like I said, Anthony Davis, are you going to get him for the full season? Are you going to get him when you need him? So I think they need one more piece. If they're going to win, they need one more. They need one more piece. If they get one more piece, I think you have a winning chance.
No, I agree. The Lakers need a point guard that's like they just need a point guard where LeBron James doesn't have to. I mean, I just feel like he's just too damn old. It's like if the Lakers would have got like Chris Paul, that veteran point, it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing because he can like they need an actual floor general. That's what they need. They need a floor general who's going to not afraid to be like, go here, go there. Like that's where Derek Fisher was so great when like Kobe Bryant was there and stuff like that. He was such a great floor general, and
that's why I like Rondo. That's why I like as much as he have a three.
That's another example.
Yeah,
that's a great example too. It's like you need a guy who's not looking to score every point and who's gonna be a passer and look for guys and stuff like that. It's like that's like it's just like you said. It's just like Westbrook would have been a great fit, but they just wanted him to shoot. It's like, why would you tell dude to shoot? Like that makes no sense. Like,
well, no,
he's not a fucking shooter.
Russell Westbrook's style would have never worked. I like I said, I don't think he would ever work with the Lakers. I did not like that pickup when they first had it. I've always said I wish the Lakers back then would have got Damian Lillard and would have fought hard to trade for him instead of getting Russell Westbrook. Although at the time he didn't want to leave, but I feel like that would have been a way better pickup than Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook's game to me does not fit with that team. Well, I guess we're going to. Do you want to talk about the shocking crap that happened today?
What happened today?
Team USA basketball lost and got kicked out the FIBA tournament.
I mean, I was about to say like a girls soccer team lost the first game. The USA. I mean, but from the dudes they had out there, it's garbage. I mean, the dudes ain't that good. Like, bunch of role players. Like Anthony Edwards was the best dude on that team. Like Ant was like the best person that you could have asked for. Like I do feel like NBA stars. It's like I was telling my friend about that when it came to like the All-Star game. It's like the dunk competition should just be NBA players sponsoring guys around the country to do these dunks now, because it's stupid. Like, if you're not going to get NBA players doing the dunk competition that matter, like, yes, I get that every dunk has been done and injuries play a factor. So that's what I'm saying. If you pick 5 guys on, or like 10 teams and narrow it down to 5 players and put up like, okay, first place gets 100,000, second place gets 50,000, third place gets 20,000, so on and so be it. It's like, at least like everybody wins something. So it's like they're gonna come out there and do these dunks. So it's like, if you get some guy, a random street guy, off the street, who's doing insane dunks, and obviously, he doesn't have like anything to lose if he gets hurt or something, but like, he does this for, he does this. But NBA players, yeah, like, they don't want to get hurt because they still got to play through the season. But I like, if you guys aren't gonna play like the Ja Morants of the world and LeBron James is, and people like that, like, if you guys aren't gonna do the dunk competition, then just, you might as well eliminate it. Because a dude who won, don't get me wrong, great dunker, very amusing, but he was on a 19-day contract a 10-day contract from a team. Like, dude, I never even heard of this dude. Like, don't get me wrong. Like literally, he was the prime example of a white guy who had nothing to lose. He literally had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
It's not like he was a starter on a team or like a big part of any team. He literally was just a random guy who literally had nothing to lose. So what do you expect? Like, he spends all his time in the gym just doing dunks, of course. And that's what it should be, like, from now on. NBA players should not even go to the dunk competition. I mean, hell, honestly, I feel like NBA players shouldn't even do the 3-point contest. I'd rather you find some guys, some random dudes who just can just shoot threes around the world. Like it could be dudes who look like you and me, who were just good at shooting threes. And like I said, sponsor these dudes and pay them. Like, it's like, I would watch that more than watching a superstar like Steph Curry only make 16 threes. Like, bro, like, what the hell? This is boring as shit. Like, this is stupid. Like, this isn't amazing anymore. There's nothing fun about watching. And then the All-Star game is just a joke. Like, it's like, that's already a joke. Like, the sophomore and rookie game is a joke. Like, it's just like, this is boring. Like I don't want to sit here and watch it no more. I mean, I do, but it's not like I'm glued onto the TV like I used to be.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch that background. Like, I'm not sitting there just focusing on this like I used to. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get what you're saying. You kind of went to another conversation that was going to kind of turn into. You kind of skipped ahead. I ain't gonna lie. But I mean, I just want to go back to Team USA first. I just say, to me, when I actually watched. I didn't see, because I guess they lost. Who was it? I think it was to Germany. I didn't see that game, but I did watch. I at least watched the highlights, and Team USA basically lost, from me looking at it, to fundamentals is what they lost to. And the reason why I bring that up, because I always go back, or I should say, when the basketball gods was on this planet and graced us with his knowledge. And when I'm talking about basketball gods, I should say one of the basketball gods, and I mean Kobe Bryant. He tried to warn us about this, and he sat there and said, "Hey, I don't like how these kids are coming up. they're coming I think what I forgot his exact words, but his words were kind of like a lot of it was about individual play and basically like fame, and it's not really about fundamentals. And he's like, this AAU is ruining a generation of basketball players. Now, mind you, you are right. You know, even Gilbert Arenas, I watched his podcast, and he said it best. Like, it ain't like we got the A-team NBA players. We basically got like he called it F team.
That's so true.
So I would say that it ain't like we got the best out here. I mean, the only guys I see that I like is probably Mikal Bridges, Jalen Bronson, Anthony Anthony Edwards. I like Tyrese Halliburton, Brandon Ingram, Jared Jackson for defense, and Austin Reeves. Everybody else is kind of like,
Yeah, no. Listen, I'm not even going to give a lot of those dudes credit. Like, yeah, they're good, but they're playing against fucking foreigners first and foremost. But I'm never going to say that these dudes stood out in the NBA.
Okay,
Anthony Edwards on that, to me, is the only dude that stood out to me in the NBA.
Well, I like Austin Reeves too. I think Austin Reeves was pretty good too.
Yeah. I forgot about him. He was on there, but yeah, Austin Reeves will be that number 2 for sure. But other than that, Jared Jack, Jalen Brunson, they're good. I'm not saying that they're not good, but
well, Jared Jack, they just kept getting him. I mean, I like Jared Jack for defense, but they got him into foul trouble real early on.
Yeah,
they got him to fuck him out of there.
It's no Carmelo, Kobe, LeBron, fucking Anthony Davis, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. You had the elites in there at one point in time. It was nothing but elites. Vince Carter came back for 1 year with them. You had Chris Paul. You had elites, bro. Carmelo alone has 3 gold. So that just tells you that they had a squad. 3 years, so that means what's that? 12 years. 12 years, they got it done.
All right, here.
That's crazy to me.
Okay, here. Check this out. So let's go back to the 2012. This is the Olympic roster for the qualifiers. They had on that team. Wait a minute, is this a qualifier? So I don't want to make sure it's no, my fault. This is the Olympics. My fault. I meant the my fault. I meant qualifiers. I'm gonna go through the list of the USA basketball. I guess these are all the Olympics here. I was looking for qualifiers, but I can't. But I'm just gonna go from the rosters from 2008 all the way up. So 2008, we had Tayshaun Prince, Michael Redd, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Jason Kidd, Dwayne Wade, Dwight Howard, Darren Williams, Chris Bosh, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and Carlos Boozer. That's 2008, which that was the redeem team. 2012, you had Tyson Chandler, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Love, Durant, Harden, Darren Williams, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, Anthony Davis, Andre Iguodala. That was the 2012 team. Then you had the 2016, you had Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Kyle Lowry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, DeMarcus Cousins, DeMar DeRozan, DeAndre Jordan, and Carmelo Anthony. And then the last time that they played, they had Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Kevin Durant, Keon Johnson, Drew Holiday, Grant, Jason Tatum, JaVale McGee, Draymond Green, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, and Bam, basically Bam.
Mm-hmm.
All those teams, even 2020, which I feel like out of all the teams I named, that was the weakest rosters, had legit players on there.
Yeah. But it's still a squad, though. Tatum, those are still squads, though.
Yes.
I would put those squads against this new bullshit they just put out there. No.
I agree.
Like I said, scrub-a-dub-dubs, boy. I was like, oh, wow. They scraped the bottom of the barrel on this one. I was like, this is like, I was like, it used to be an honor to want to play for your USA team. Like, I get it. Dudes don't want to get injured, which is completely understandable. But I'm just like, damn, dude. Like, this is crazy right here, man.
So,
yeah, like,
I don't want to go too much off topic, but, I was listening to a dude, and he made this point where oh God, I forgot the exact word, but so I'll just say it like this. Basically, his argument is that as Americans, we're losing our pride to play for America. I want to know your thoughts on that. Like, I don't want to get too political, but that's something that he was saying. Like there's not a lot of people that go in and play for pride. I mean, I'll just bring this up when you talk about the women's soccer team. That was actually the first team, or I'd say the first time that I can remember seeing a USA team, literally people basically on the internet celebrating their loss. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I agree. Like, after all that shit, that one chick talk, and then she still had the audacity to talk about equal pay after they lost, and I'm just like, wow. So you're still gonna stick to your guns after all this talk about, oh well, we just got equal pay. Like, what's that have to do with like y'all got cooked? Like, but I know, like I just said, I do feel that yes, when it comes down to it, there is no pride in there. I mean, but there's no pride in the NBA. Like, if we're just in general, everything's about how much money we can make. Like, players don't care about like individual stats and how much cash I can make. Like, that's what matters now. And it's just terrible. It really is. And it's like, yes, I'm not saying, like, yes, I will say that NBA guys are like, it's not like how it used to be 20 years ago when all you had was basically all Americans that were good. Like, that's the difference that now. And you got dudes like Giannis, and you got dudes like Luka, and you got dudes like Jokic, who actually go out and play for their teams and their squads and stuff. And you got some, you got guys who got skill, who aren't just gonna be like, okay, we're just gonna watch you just beat down, our home team. So it's like, yeah, you do got some competition out there now, which I feel like is good. I feel like it's a good thing. I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like at the end of the day, the NBA needs that and that competition, but at the same time, it's like you got to get guys who are going to want to come out there and actually play too. But like I said, the bullshit that I just had to watch with these scrubs was just absolutely disgusting. I do not respect anything that I watched. I can truly say that. Like, it was just terrible. It was just so terrible. Like, we as people, want to root for the USA team or our home team. Well, we got it's kind of hard to root for guys who you never even seen, heard of.
Yeah.
I do. And to the point of the USA's soccer team, I'm glad they lost. So, I got tired of hearing that team. I get tired of hearing about the WNBA every year talk about, because I watch it. Obviously, we have the Aces, and they're a great team, but I don't like them talk about equal pay. Like, I'm sorry, like no offense to the Aces, but y'all can do OnlyFans when the season is over and not get penalized. So miss me with that bullshit of like, oh, we need to make equal pay. It's a lot of y'all chicks that do OnlyFans and get paid a hefty amount to do OnlyFans. So get out of here. That's how I feel.
Huh.
It's not like dudes in the NBA could be slinging their dicks around online and then be like, yeah, I'm about to go play basketball. No, you can't do that in the NBA. So
yeah, that's true.
That's the shit that irritates me about the WNBA with the passion. I'm just like, you guys want equal pay, but like I said, you guys aren't entertaining enough to deserve equal pay. Like yes, I do. I do agree with Gilbert Arenas. If they lowered the court and let some of these chicks dunk, maybe it would be a fighting chance. Maybe I would agree. Maybe if I see some of y'all dunking and doing alley-oops and spectacular passes and all that stuff, but y'all play standard-ass basketball. It's not like y'all are doing anything spectacular. It's not like you guys are doing anything life-changing out there. So, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to ever say that y'all deserve to get paid millions because y'all don't. Y'all don't. Like, the NBA supports you guys more than most, and y'all criticize NBA players. It drives me insane. So I do feel like at the end of the day, it's like the WNBA is a fucking selfish, very selfish organization when it comes to, like, you guys want more money and you guys want to be taken serious, but you guys are, like I said, you guys are fucking not even close. It's like it's like how we had to hear about the women's soccer team. It's like, oh, well, we're going to complain about we don't get paid as much as the guys do. It's like, bro, like, this is like decades and errors. It's like who in women's soccer do you have as good as like Ale? It's like Ale kick, like he's like, it's a kick that's named after this dude. It's like you don't have any shit that's as big as that, and it's not me criticizing like, oh, well, this and that, but it's just some real shit. Like I'm not trying to sit here and dog women's sports, but it's just like you guys have a football league, but it's called the Lingerie Football League. It's like, what do you expect men to think? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna take this seriously? No, like, and then I'm sorry, I don't take flag football.
Wait, I thought they got rid of the lingerie. I thought they stopped that. Then they stopped it like 2 seasons ago.
No, it's there. It's just you just kind of gotta find it, but they still do it every year.
Okay. Yeah.
They'll do it every year.
Okay, yeah, cause I thought they got rid of it.
Nah, it's just a joke.
Hey man,
but,
I met some of those women, man. Those women are cool. I would never call them jealous, only because I know I met them personally. They're pretty cool.
But who?
I forgot what team, but I met one of the lingerie football teams at Fit Expo one time.
Oh,
and they were pretty cool.
No, I'm not saying that they're joke. I'm saying that these women in professional sports wanting to get paid more, you guys are a joke. Like, I'm not saying that's the lingerie football. No.
Okay.
Actually tackling. This chick is actually like tackling each other and going hard on ads, and they're actually doing the damn thing. I respect them more than I do the WNBA and the soccer team. Yeah, them chicks are actually hitting each other. They should get paid more. If anybody's getting paid more, the lingerie league, and then they're half naked. So that's another thing. It's like, so I'm never gonna sit here and say that those chicks don't deserve to get paid. I mean, I'm not saying they should get paid millions. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I said, I've seen some of those games. Yeah, those women be hit.
I'm talking about the WNBA. Like, you guys still have sponsors and all this other shit. Not like you guys aren't fucking. Yeah, no. Like I said, if it was more entertaining, then I would respect it. Man. But like I said, I watch WNBA games and I support the Aces because, like I said, it's the hometown team. And they're not that. But, like, am I going out there and watching every game like I do in the NBA? Hell no. I don't watch the Liberty. I don't watch the fucking the Mercury. I don't watch the Sun. And... No. I'm done. Go.
Okay, yeah. I have one more question I want to bring up on basketball, and then we'll move to the next one. The last thing I want to bring up is when it comes to international play and NBA play, especially watching the Olympics, do you think, because I've heard this argument, and I'm just going to say it in this way because it's the only way I can remember. I can't remember the other way, but basically, do you think that the problem that the NBA changing to this new style is going to wind up hurting the NBA? Do you think that the problem with the NBA and why the international guys are getting so good is because they're playing like the way they play, the way the game is playing? And the reason why I bring this up, and so just so you know where I'm coming from, is I was listening to this dude and he was he made a point where he said that basically the NBA got away from the fundamental game and how the game used to be played. So they're all about fast and speed and all that stuff. So it's kind of like when we basically said it, when the NBA just basically got rid of all the centers left. So even though, yeah, they're great with this new game and the way the game is played, but the problem is when they go overseas and they have to play the European style now because they want the old style, but now it's the European style, they get smoked. Do you think that because the NBA changed the rules to kind of remove that style and remove that fundamentals and became more of a faster, quicker, high point game, did that hurt the NBA when going to face the world? Or like I mean, what is your thoughts on that? That's kind of why I brought it up.
NBA stars, because I always tell people it's probably maybe 15 stars, and that's including NBA superstars and all stars. Probably about 15 worth talking about. Maybe 20, maybe, and that's pushing it if you ask me. And so, with that being said, it's like, and out of these 15 stars, 10 have endorsement deals. So I feel like, yes, and this might be me stretching a little bit. I'm not going to ever say it's not. But it's like, I do feel like with these superstars having these endorsement deals, like LeBron, the Steph, the Jaws, even though he's stupid, and all these guys having these endorsement deals, maybe you guys should take a pay cut to give these players that aren't getting endorsement deals more incentive to play harder. Because it's like, how do you, I get it. I'm not going to ever sit here and be like, oh, well, these, and the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th man should play harder, and then we wouldn't have this problem. But it's like, how do you expect these guys to play harder when they have to watch the superstar like a Kawhi Leonard have sponsors on top of getting paid the highest on the team and barely playing? It's like, and these guys got to come out here and do the most. It's like that's rough. That's just so rough to me. And it's like I always tell people, I'm just like, dude, like the Celtics when Paul Pierce was on that team and Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, those dudes took a pay cut. But it's like they promised that team a championship, and they got the championship. It's not like they promised it and didn't get it. They promised it and being like, here, we'll pay you guys, but we getting the championship. And that's what happened. And it's like no team is willing to do that now. It's like all these guys want all this money, and I'm just like, dude, like when did the NBA be like, oh, championships are nothing? Like when did these guys be like, oh, ring? Like people can say what they want about Westbrook, but when Westbrook said, I just want to have fun and play, bro, you lost all my respect. I literally have no respect for you whatsoever. First and foremost, we knew that you were a stat chaser, but you kind of just confirmed that, yeah, you're not even about winning no more. You just about having fun and being comfortable. And nah, bro. Nah, you too damn good to not on a ring. It's like, so you're willing to just settle with all the accolades that you have. Like I mean, it's dudes like John Stockton that literally hate the ground that Michael Jordan walks on, for the simple fact of he's the only reason why he doesn't have a ring. Literally the only reason. There is no other reason why John Stockton doesn't have a ring. And that's because of Michael Jordan. And it's like he would trade in every accolade to have the ring. So for a dude to say that like a Westbrook, it's just so disheartening to hear him say that. And I'm just like, dude, like when did we go away from NBA players wanting rings and wanting championships? Like, yes, I get how people feel about LeBron James and the frustration behind him and stuff like that. Like, I'm not ever going to disagree with anybody on the irritation when it comes to LeBron and how they feel about him and stuff like that. But I will say that it's like, yeah, dude, now you want championships. Like, oh, now I'm bored. Now I want to go to the finals. But okay, you kind of should have been feeling like that. You can't just feel like that now that you're getting older. It's like, bro, you've been getting older. Like, that's not new. Like, that's not new news. Like you should have been feeling how you felt. You know, you should have been wanting rings. You should have been fighting for championships. It's like, I get that you're LeBron James and you've got endorsements and you probably have more money than God. Like, so it's like you're 38 years old and now you want to put this weight on your team of like, okay, I want rings now. It's like, okay, but you can't. Okay, well, the team is going to want you to prove that too, man. And it's like, and I feel like these younger guys need to start holding these older guys accountable. I mean, I really do. I really feel like I said, Tyrese Maxey, like, I get that you don't want to call out veterans and stuff like that, but
well, look what happened with Memphis.
I do. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Okay, but I'm talking about on the same team. I'm talking about, yes.
Okay.
I'm talking about older guys should start or not older guys, but teammates should just start holding each other accountable. And it's like, I do feel like that. Yes, I'm not talking about going to the press all the time, but it's like, if that's what it fucking takes, then that's what it takes. Because, like I said, I'm watching the NBA and I'm just like, nobody's holding people accountable, and it's kind of, and they're just being like, this player, okay, he's good, he had a bad game. It's just like AD. I'm sorry, like LeBron James, like, you need to hold AD accountable. Like, yes, he should be much better than what he is, but AD should also hold a lot of his teammates accountable too. Like, dude, if you're a number two guy, like, yes, I get the chemistry, but yes, I can say that when it came to the Allen Iversons or the Kobe Bryants or the Shaqs of the world, it's like these guys, or actually, I'll even go better with Charles Barkley said about Hakeem Olajuwon. It's like, yeah, he pulled me to the side and said, like, you're fat ass, needs to stop eating. And yes, Zion, I don't care who needs to tell him that. I mean, yes, he's buff now and he's in shape, but it's like, look what the guy's been through. You know, he's been through a lot that has been like, okay, bro, if you want to keep making money and screwing IG girls, it's like, bro, you're going to have to lose weight. You kind of don't have a choice. It's like, yeah, like, you can't keep going the way that you're going. So whoever, you know, whatever clicked inside of him and being like, okay, if I'm going to have all these kids and these affairs and baby mamas, and I need to keep making money. So,
right, you need a LeBron James contract.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like you need to at least play 70 games, 60 games. Like, you need to be on the court for more than half the season. Like, so, but like I said before, it's like NBA players are just, like I said, I feel like, and that's what I tell people, I feel like Steph Curry, to me, is one of the guys that ruined the game of basketball because these players can just shoot threes now, and it's a cop-out. It's like, how many teams back in the day were taking 63s a game? It's like, but like, or hold on, let me just say this to your point. That's where this fast-paced game, like, okay, we get a rebound, and instead of going for a layup, we just run and shoot a three. Like, yes, in the middle basketball, what I do like about Joker is that team did not make a move 80% of the time until he got in position. So, okay, just in case you missed, he's there. Embiid will still be at the half-court line and will do the shoot. Giannis has to sprint and from three-quarter court just to get the rebound, and he's exhausted by then. And it's like these teams just want to shoot threes, but if the Nuggets has taught us anything, dude, like, okay, I'm not saying that Jokic needs the ball in his hand every time, but I will say that wait till your big man gets in position to get to and to potentially get the rebound, and that's how it used to be. Yeah. I'm not saying, okay, yeah, if you're on a fast break and you're a Kyrie Irving or a Chris Paul or a John Moran or somebody, and you know that I have a better chance of making this open layup or this contested layup with one person on me or whatever the case may be, okay. But it's like, if you're a fucking Jamal Murray, okay, you might not want to go in there every time. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but you might want to wait for your ace in the hole to get in position so you can potentially get the ball back.
Yep, fundamentals, man.
Yeah, and that's where the European guys, foreign guys, play better. Now, the only guy who I've lost all respect for is fucking Luka, because he's a big old baby. I'm kind of tired of Luka. It's like, I thought that he was going to be the next, future, but first and foremost, he just plays too damn slow, and that team is hurting. Out of basically everybody who you traded, Luka is clearly the problem on that team, because you can't even say Kyrie's the problem, because he played great. He played great last season. It's not like he hindered them. It's not like he was a problem. Literally, he played great on a Mavs. It's just Luka he just plays one-on-one basketball, and that's just not going to work if you're trying to go deep into the playoffs. I just feel like he just doesn't know how to use his team. Like, dude, I watched him last season just calling for the ball. I'm just like, bro, like, it's like a fucking 2K rando. It's like, bro, like, you got to set screens and get open. And you can't just take the ball up. Like, dude, how many fucking 8-second calls did this dude have by just walking up and, like, do you know how hard it is to get 8 seconds? Like, multiple times? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, it's just one of those things where I feel like some dudes are just, like, you kind of have to just chalk it up to they're just not, like, they're good, because I feel the same way about Giannis. It's like they just rely on Giannis too much.
But I respect the hell out of Giannis. I respect the hell out of Giannis.
And that's gonna hurt you towards the end of the season. If you're only relying on Giannis to do everything, it's like this dude, first and foremost, isn't the best of passers. I'm not saying he's a terrible passer, but he's not the best. So it's like, and we all know he's not a shooter. I'm not even gonna say he's not a good shooter. No, he's not a fucking shooter. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. I don't care. I don't care how many threes he made in the All-Star game. That's the All-Star game, and you wide open, and you got the crowd behind you or whatever. That shit don't matter.
I would say he is an improved shooter, if that means anything.
Like I said, I will say that he's a shooter. I mean, I feel like if you're left open, then and you can shoot a three, big fucking whoop at the end of the day. That's what you should be doing. That is like, that's what you should be doing. You shouldn't be fucking missing open threes if you're a decent shooter, or sorry, not decent shooter, but an improved shooter. It's like, that's just common sense. But if you can't hit a big shot in a big time when your team needs it, you're not that good of a shooter, because he can barely make free throws. And I feel like if you can barely hit fucking free throws when you really need it, that's the crazy part about it. It's like, how stupid are you to just not be able to hit a free throw? Like I've never understood that. It's like, and it's like, okay, Shaq had a weird shot, but I'm just thinking to myself, like nobody taught you guys how to that's what doesn't make any sense to me when big men can't shoot. I'm just like, bro, like, you got all day to like practice your free throw, and I'm just like, who the fuck told you that this free throw shot is where it is? Like nobody told you, like, hey, okay, hand in the cookie jar type shit. This is how you should shoot. Like, I fucking hate when I see Giannis shoot. Like, it's ugly as shit. It's like, bro, you can't just form your shot to a regular shot. Like, that just never makes any sense to me whatsoever. Like, I'm always just weirded out. It's like, because, like, I know me, like, I can change how I shoot free throws. Like, I can shoot 20 different ways on a free throw shot.
Yeah. I will say this, though.
So it's like,
I will say this, though, because I was thinking about this like just probably about a week ago. I was remembering back in high school when we used to play. I always say there's three ways that you played, and you never knew what you got. You had the serious you, the passive you, and then the one who used to play around. Everybody loved the serious you because when you were playing serious, oh yeah, it was dominant. And normally when you lose, it's usually because you have that one guy who comes out and tries to be like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, whatever, and cost you the game. But outside, when you play seriously, you rarely lost, unless you have one of those guys on the court. Then the passing, the passing, you when you start getting passive, it was kind of like you win, you lost, but you were trying to get everybody in the game. It just depended on how good your team was around you. And then there was the play you. And man, nobody liked you when you played around. Nobody liked you. And I can remember 2 times. I'll never forget. I was playing with you one time, and when you were playing around, like people would want you to go into the center, and you would just get the ball and just hit like the mid range and get a 3, and you used to piss everybody off. I remember. So there's 2 stories I remember. The first one I remember, I was on defense guarding somebody, and he was like literally complaining to you. He was like, "Man, this is bullcrap. Like if you would just get in the paint, we would win. But you want to go around and just shoot all the time. It annoys us." And I remember looking at him, I said, "Are you going to say anything?" He's like, "Nope." Then I remember the second time you play like that, and a dude tried to pass you the ball to get in the center, and then you went off and took a shot, and that dude came running down the court. He was like, "Fuck." And I remember you came down was just smiling and laughing. I'm like, man, you knew exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, it's just and it's just one of those things where, like I said before, man, it's like, yeah, I'm not saying that, yeah, if I would have did what I needed to do, yeah, it would have won every game. But like, it is what it is. I can say that out of most people, I've won more than I've lost. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I could probably agree. Definitely. Like I said, because when you play, like I used to love when you used to play with Pete. That was literally a Shaq in the win-way situation.
So it's just one of those things where, I could truly say that just the NBA players now, it's like they don't have a lot of fucking
fundamentals.
Pride. Yeah. Well, not even that, just championships. It's just a fucking joke. It's just a fucking joke, man. And it just drives me insane. It really does.
Yeah. That's why, like I said, I'm still glad guys like Giannis is in the game. I hope he does develop to become better than what he is. I hope he does develop a shot. I hope he does become greater because I love his mentality and his attitude. And we need more guys like that in the NBA that put this generation's different, man. It ain't like what it used to be. One of the things I heard, I heard on another podcast that I heard, again, this is not coming from me, but from another podcast, one thing that they say is that, I don't know if you agree with this, but they say a lot of these NBA players today are entitled.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess you agree.
I do. I really do. I feel like these NBA players just have no respect for anything. I do feel like they're babied. I feel like, especially a lot of these younger guys, and it's like, how do you expect a Ja Morant to not have a gun, and you give, you just give these guys too much, social media is, you just give these guys too much freedom. What'd you say?
I said, okay, so I just got 2 more, then we can move on to the next sport I want to talk about.
All right.
The first thing is Paul Pierce, and he's going around talking about how he's better than all these other NBA legends. I want to know your opinion on that. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, no, Paul Pierce is a fucking weirdo. I saw him on what's that shit called? That fucking Stars in Space or Stars on Mars or whatever. This dude is just this dude is just terrible. He is just terrible. I've never been a Paul Pierce fan ever, and I never will be. He's just one of those guys that were just unimpressive to me. So, I'm not saying that if, I'll put it to you like this, if he never was on a squad of Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, and I'll know names like Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett and even Rondo, but Paul Pierce is just not a name that rings bells to even now, Kendrick Perkins has more fame than Paul Pierce, so Paul Pierce is just not one of those guys. It's kind of like a 50-50 thing of Gilbert Arenas. It's like, he was a good player, and I'm not ever going to say that he wasn't.
And he was great for a period of time.
He was good, but he's relevant now because he was just of the shit he says. I'm never going to disagree with a lot of things that Gilbert Arenas says. I do agree with a lot of things that he says and how he feels about them.
Yeah. I guess the last one I want to talk to you, just because you're a Heat fan, Dwayne Wade and the Hall of Fame, and that Hall of Fame class in general. I wanted to get your thoughts.
I downloaded it off of YouTube, but I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't really hear the speech. I don't know what he said. I don't know what any of them said. I don't know what Paul Gasol said or Becky Hammond. I don't. It's not a bad class.
Like you said, you've been able to pay attention to wrestling for a while. So I thought we'll talk a little bit about wrestling and what's going on there real quick. And then after that, we'll probably be done with this episode, all right?
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
LA Knight is good. Oh, yeah, no, he's great. I can honestly say he's a breath of fresh air that I do feel like that wrestling needed for sure.
Badly. I'm so happy that he's there, man. Because yeah, you're right. He is just a breath of fresh air. He's the first dude that I've been excited to see. He's the first guy. He's actually the guy that's bringing me back. There's two things that brought me back into wrestling. It was the Seth Rollins Riddle argument. That was a pretty good one. And then LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two guys. Oh, and I'll say this. The Roman Reigns bloodline storyline. That's actually a pretty good storyline.
Oh yeah, no. I've been invested for the last 3 years in the Roman Reigns bloodline story, and that ain't gonna change until that ends. But yeah, I can say Seth Rollins, I will say hands down, because I literally called him getting the head, because I was like, he's the only guy who's the face that they can plug, who's bigger than, or sorry, not bigger, but he's like the second to Roman Reigns. I don't feel like anybody's as big as Roman Reigns other than Seth Rollins. Now, I did think that they were going to give it to the American Nightmare, because when he came back in full force. But the thing about Cody Rhodes is that he's just injury prone. You can't expect him to be out there for that long consistently. That's a shitty thing about Cody Rhodes. But
well, it's not just that. It's I also think what they're doing with Cody Rhodes, in my personal opinion, is that they're trying to build him up for that championship. That's why I kind of like that he lost against Roman Reigns, because now he has a year. Now he has a year till he could chase. So I think they're just trying to build him up to chase. That's why he beat Brock Lesnar, which I thought that was a good thing. That's why he's getting really great storyline, because I feel like if not this upcoming WrestleMania, next at WrestleMania, I guarantee you he's going to be competing for that championship and win it. If they're on the same shows, LA Knight may ruin that plan.
Well, I can even see the Judgment Day, because I'm so glad that they won the tag team titles at Payback, dude. That was awesome. I was like, because I'm a fan of them. Like Dominic Mysterio, this is like the best way he could have got out of his dad's shadow. Like he's not he's not a top wrestler or like anything like that, but I mean he's not bad, man. He's really good. Like I've really enjoyed his growth in this last year of not being like Rey Mysterio's son, and he's built his own little thing. But that whole like Judgment Day thing with the turning on Edge, and it was just amazing, man. I loved every second of it. Like I can say it's certain things in wrestling, like even like I've never been a Chad Gable fan, but his whole beef with Hunter is amazing. Like I love it, man. I can honestly say it's been very rare that I've looked forward to like any type of SmackDown or Raw or anything, but it's been really good how they've been like changing hands on the titles and stuff, and it's been cool, man. Like the Shinsuke Nakamura shit with Seth Rollins has been great. Like it's a change.
I hope Shinsuke goes for a championship with that. I think he should have a run. I would like to see him do it. I think he has the ability. I just don't think I think he has the ability to wear the title. I just don't think. I think he's going to have to be one of those guys that just kind of gets it for like 1 or 2 months and then drops it. But I would like to see him win the title. I think he can take it.
He doesn't have any like long. I don't see him having like a longevity title run.
No,
but I could see it maybe for like a couple of months or whatever. But not like I could see it like a KO and Sami Zayn thing, like for a couple of months, and then people are fucking bored of it, so it has to change hands in some weird ass way.
Exactly. But I still would like to see him have it because I do like Shinsuke. I mean, granted, I watched some of his stuff back when he was in Japan. Dudes were actually really good. He's a lot better than what you see here, to be honest. So I would love.
I think what is it called? The shit. What was I about to say? I think honestly, the only one that I don't like, or actually been still not liking, other than fucking Rhea Ripley, is the fucking women's. It's still a joke, dude. After fucking all this shit, it's still a fucking joke. I'm so like, goddamn, I'm so over the women's everything.
I will say it's gotten weaker, but I mean, I have some women that I really like. Like I do like Asuka. I think Asuka's legit. There's a couple women.
I'm tired of Asuka.
I get that you're tired, but I still like her. I think she's legit. I'm definitely a fan of Asuka. I will say I am tired of what's her face?
Trish Stratus. I'm tired of Trish Stratus. I'm tired of Bailey. Io Sky is good.
I like Io. I like Io bit. Yeah, she's let me see. I'm bored of. Oh God, what's her name? Charlotte Flair. I'm bored of her.
Yeah. I'm tired of Charlotte Flair.
I like Bianca Belair, but again, like she's one of those people.
I hate Bianca Belair. She's terrible. I'm tired of that big buff bitch.
I mean, I like her, but like I said, I don't want to see her with a long reign. I think she's one of those people that gets in. And
her story is just so no. Okay, now I will say I do like the Street Profits on how they hooked up with Bobby Lashley. Now I do like that pairing. 100%. I do like that.
Well, I kind of wish they would. I wish they would bring back the old stable. What's it called? Not Hit Row. Oh my God, I forgot the old stable. The Bobby Lashley with Bobby Lashley with oh my God, what was the stable called? I wish they would bring back the stable.
Because I know they
hurt the Hurt Business
about the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack with AJ Styles, which is cool. How they had him. He's on there. I mean, it's not too bad, but
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, AJ Styles. I mean, I think. Well, I don't want to say he's watered down. He just like, I mean, I liked when he first came in. I definitely like AJ Styles. But yeah, it's just, I mean, right now he's just not the like when he's going for a title. I think he's great, but when he's like the side guy, he's there. But I do like AJ
Yeah.
Styles. What I was talking about was the Hurt Business. I would love for Bobby Lashley to bring back the Hurt Business. I feel like the Hurt Business had a lot more time. I feel like they weren't really done, so I wish they would come back. I would love for that. With the Street Profits, I would love to see all those guys come together and have an actual stable. Because I do kind of miss stables. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is out there? Who else is there? Miz fulfills his role. I like Miz because he's just kind of there to put people over now. I think he does a good job at that. You know, I think he's a good dude. If you need to put somebody over, you go to the Miz. So I definitely like the Miz in that role. Who else is there right now? Who I really like?
Sheamus is good. The Harlem Brutes could be a lot better. Drew McIntyre and Riddle. I'm not a big fan of that team up because I just feel like Riddle can't be a solo guy. He just has to have a fucking tag team, which I'm not a big fan of fucking Matt Riddle anyway. So.
Oh, you see, that's where I disagree. I definitely like Matt Riddle. I would like him to kind of be more by himself. I will agree. I don't like that pairing. I definitely don't like that pairing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, he was great with Randy Orton. I definitely love him with Randy Orton. But...
like him and Randy Orton were good. But I'm saying him by himself, he just can't do it by himself. He has to have a tag team. I noticed that. It's kind of like Liv Morgan. It's like she kind of always has to have a tag team. Like she had her little short fucking title run or whatever, but I feel like she's another chick who always has to have a tag team. Or like Sonya Deville is like they kind of gotta always have tag teams. Like they can't be individual fucking. It's just a lot of people in there who are fucking useless. I feel like fucking Dewdrop or sorry, not Dewdrop anymore, but fucking Piper Niven. I'm just like, fuck, dude. If she changes her name again, lose my fucking mind.
Well, she needed to lose that Dewdrop, man. That Dewdrop name was bad.
Like fucking, it's just so many women. Like Raquel, like I'm not a big fan of hers. Like she's just terrible. Like
I think she's early. I think she's early. I think you gotta give her time to develop.
Like fucking Candice Hooray, I'm tired of her. I'm tired of all y'all. I'm tired of. I could deal, like I said, I could deal with Io Sky, fucking Nietzsche. It's cool to watch. I mean, that's, I don't know. That's about it. I mean, other than that, I care less about everybody else.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like, yeah, Charlotte Flair, I agree with that shit 100%. I'm just tired of.
I'm tired.
I'm tired of Hunter. I'm tired of Ricochet getting snubbed at every fucking match.
Yeah, Ricochet's tight, and they don't ever give him a chance.
Yeah, no, he's getting snubbed like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this: he's probably not the best on the mic because I saw him with Logan Paul, and he's probably not the best on the mic, but I do like Ricochet's wrestling ability. Like, I feel like Ricochet could become a Jeff Hardy, and they would actually give him a chance. Well, Rey Mysterio mixed with the Jeff Hardy is what I would say.
Oh man, and oh my God, and the fucking LWO. I know Helena lucked out on that one because they literally didn't have anything to do with her character.
Yeah.
So she lucked out with the LWO like a motherfucker.
Yep. Which I wish they would actually do something with them, like way more than what they do.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because those other two dudes don't really do shit.
I mean, none of them really do. That's what I'm saying. They got to do more with those guys, in my personal opinion. R.I.P. to Bray Wyatt, man. I hate that he's gone, man.
Dude, I was so looking forward for the Fiend to come back, man.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it, man. And then when he passed, I was like, dude, we were just talking about him at work. We were like, oh, man, he's in good health condition. He's going to come back. It's going to be amazing. Uncle Howdy. Oh, man, I can't wait. But nope.
Yeah, that was
sucks, man. I was sad to hear that shit. I was like, fuck, dude.
That was
sad. I was a big fan of Bray Wyatt.
I love how they did his memorial, though, on WWE. They handled that shit perfectly.
Yeah.
As best as you could. I really like the way they handled that. You know, like, I mean, that's the sad loss. Like, that was shocking because you went from Harry Funk. Yeah. I mean, no, it's just kind of sad because Terry Funk just passed, and 2 days later, like that one, the Bray Wyatt one was shocking. What I was saying was that he actually had a video that he put out like 18 hours before he died, and like, man, that crap is sad, dude. Like, man, that was a bad loss. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of those losses. I'm just like, man. And again, I'll always say this: WWE never really utilized him correctly like they should have, and they always ruin him. If they actually pushed him correctly, he would have been a way bigger star than what he is. So I will say WWE made a lot of bad decisions with Bray Wyatt and his character, but at the end of the day, man, still is a sad and a really bad loss for wrestling. I'm mad because I was getting excited. So I'm like, oh, man, I can't wait for him to come back. You know, like, yeah, it's just kind of sad. That was a sad one. But all right, man, that's all I got for tonight, man. So, you know,
okay.
we can end it here. So let me go ahead and close this out. So with that being said, I want to thank y'all for checking out another Fit the Description podcast. This is a little different, but wanted to talk a little bit about sports. But with that being said, I want to thank Keith for coming on. Make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description podcast on YouTube. And also check us out on various other podcast platforms. And also, shout out to Stitcher. I know Stitcher just closed down, and we were hosting on there, and they're gone now. So I want to say shout out to them. And also, that's what I forgot to say. Okay, hold on, wait. There is an announcement I forgot to say at the beginning of the podcast. I want to say here. Actually, I may put it I may cut this out, put it at the beginning. That you can now find the Fit the Description podcast on Pandora. We're now on Pandora now. So there's another place where you can find us at. So with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Have a good night. And we'll see y'all on the next podcast. Have a good one.
Deuces.